Hi, I'm Greg Gutfeld, now with even more scrubbing bubbles. Here's what's coming up. Kenya, believe it? Clinton gets a key endorsement from a guy in the White House. We forget his name. Trump had a rough week, which included a Twitter war with Hillary. Will it get better, worse, or purple? I pick purple because it's my favorite color, America. Later, a first in TV history, Joanne and Katherine Timpf hit the streets to talk to complete strangers. How unusual for a wild and wacky, unscripted segment. Just send us the awards now. Let's get started, America. The Dulcolax is kicking in. Yeah. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He has the heart of a warrior and the dimples of Brad Pitt. Pete Hegseth, Fox News contributor, Iraq and Afghan war veteran. His new book, In the Arena. Sexy man. Not her. For her, the glass is always half empty because she gulped the other half. Joanne Nosuchinsky, she's a drunk. You can applaud. Like last night's corn, he shows up every morn. Oh, the sexier half of Imus in the Morning, executive producer Bernie McGuirk.
My people.
Yes. She's like a runner's cramp, sharp and painful. National Review reporter Kat Timpf. Yeah. Crooked smile. He's smart and funny like a professor in his underwear. Actor, writer, comedian, the great Sam Morrel. Yes, wave. But first, like flatulence trailing you into a crowded elevator, Hillary Clinton can't shake her emails. The State Department claims releasing them from 3 of Clinton's former aides would take 75 years, which would take us to 2091 AD. 2091. I'll be 127 years young and married to a dog, because it'll be legal then. So let's ask the State Department why it takes so long, shall we?
I'd refer you to the court filing. It's a very broad range involving a number of people over a period of, I think, 4 years. And it's not an outlandish estimation, believe it or not.
I don't believe it. So emails sent over 4 years takes 75 to read. Now, I'm no math nerd, but shouldn't reading 4 years of emails take less than 4 years? They weren't emailing all day. And if it involved a few people, just hire the same number of people to read them. This is like one of those word problems from the SATs that I never understood. 6 people send 2,000 emails over 4 years. How long does it take to read those emails if you devoted 40 hours a week to it while naked? Something to think about. So what's going to happen in the next 75 years as we wait for these emails? Well, global warming will have wiped out Manhattan, Florida, and hopefully Justin Bieber. Larry King will interview President Chelsea Clinton on the Hologram News Network. Walt Disney's unfrozen head will be playing poker with Ted Williams. 75 years, my friends, is a long time to wait for emails. Consider the stuff that took way less time. The interstate highway system, 35 years. The Declaration of Independence, 17 days. Binge watching House of Cards, Breaking Bad, Mad Men, and The Sopranos in a row, 12 days. The fall of the longest human mattress domino chain, 13 minutes. Wow. Human mattress, after all, was my nickname back in the home. What else? The Cold War, 44 years. The Civil War, 4 years. The Revolutionary War, 8 years. The Industrial Revolution, 70. In fact, it took roughly 75 years to go from flapping wings on a bicycle to this.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Now, we can send a man to the moon, allegedly. Surely the State Department can unload the emails in under 75 years. But maybe they just don't want to. It's like me trying to get a table at the Olive Garden. They always say, Mr. Gutfeld, it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. But I know that they don't want to serve me. It's so unfair. I fell on that breadstick. Which is exactly what I told the emergency room.
Period.
All right, Bernie, I'm going to go to you first. 75 years seems like an awful long time, my partner in crime.
It certainly does, Greg. Look, they still haven't found a cure for baldness, with something which I'm lamenting. But look, the fix is in. It's a cover-up. Let's face it. We already know what's going on. I mean, that's why he was able to endorse Hillary just yesterday, because they know that nothing's going to happen until way down the line, until we're all dead and buried.
That's the point. That's the point, Pete. She's waiting for her critics to die out. But the downside is she'll be dead too.
Most likely, unless
She's
they
not human.
put her. She's not human.
I said unless she's not human.
Okay.
and artificial intelligence and things like that.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
may talk about later, but
Yeah.
no, I mean, they built 3.5 pyramids over the period of time that it will take to apparently read these emails from 3 people. This
Yeah.
is what bureaucracies do, right?
Yeah.
They claim that it's impossible,
Yeah.
so that they can either ask for more money or just do nothing.
Exactly.
Both of which don't solve the problem.
Yeah. By the way, those pyramids, garbage. Have you been there? Seriously. Sam, they're not pretty. Covered with litter. Just architecturally, doesn't make any sense to have a small attic.
Attic and pyramids. I feel like attic and pyramids were thrown at me because I'm a Jew. Is that why
Yes,
you're doing
that's
that?
true. That's true. This is anti-Semitic corner.
I got to look at myself in the TV thing right there. This was a terrible. I look like a pilgrim.
You look like Harrison Ford in the middle of Witness, about to have sex with Kelly McGillis.
You turned my hatefulness into a compliment.
Exactly.
Yeah, Hillary is. If you're a liberal, Hillary is to being a liberal what A-Rod is to being a Yankees fan.
Yes.
You know, you just accept that they're a liar, and you're like, they could help us win. That's kind of what it looks like, you know.
That's a good point, because that's kind of the way people see Trump. Trump is your crazy uncle who you have to go the next day and apologize to all your neighbors because he didn't close his robe. But he always buys the best presents.
Speaking about exposure.
Yes, thank you.
But I feel like the State Department doesn't want us to see something. That's what this is about. There's something that they want to hide. And if you're not going to tell me, I'm going to expect the worst.
Yeah.
I'm going to imagine what it is. Like maybe it's not actually Hillary. That's not Hillary. It's an imposter, maybe a cyborg, like you said, not even, you know, a human.
Yes. You know what? I think that it could be something very damaging. How ironic that Bill's ball and chain could end up with one.
Well,
Can I keep doing this?
why don't they just, like, even if it takes 75 years, it's like they're the government, right? They don't have unlimited resources to hire more people. Oh, wait, they do. They have all the resources. They have a department for everything. But they're like, this, too much. Can't do it.
Yeah.
75 years. I call it shenanigans.
Ah, watch your language,
Shenanigans.
lass. Shenanigans. That's for Hannity.
You know,
75 years, or as I call it, one Bernie. Bernie Sanders is not like he's aging the way Obama aged, where he's getting but he's getting smaller and pinker
Yes.
and whiter. He looks like a bagel with locks at this point.
Yes. Meanwhile,
Jews age like hamsters become babies, but they Benjamin Button it kind of. You know?
Meanwhile, the grease spot on his bag lunch keeps getting bigger and bigger because he keeps thinking he can keep that tuna fish sandwich one more day. Right?
it still tastes just fine.
It tastes great, actually.
You know how you solve this problem?
What?
You actually deal with what Hillary Clinton did. See, they're doing everything they can to not address the fact that she utterly violated multiple federal laws and should have a ball and chain.
Yeah.
So they're spending 75 years pulling through documents to make sure they don't.
Yeah, you know what? Somebody interviewed Hillary today, and she had the most unusual response. Do we have that? Tape that roll.
Senator Warren. Did you talk about vice presidential possibilities with Senator Warren?
You guys have got to try the cold chop.
This is a good time to announce that it's actually Hillary bobblehead night.
That was
Free Hillary's for everyone.
She drives me crazy.
Listen, what they're doing is they're making the topic so that your eyes glaze over. Like Benghazi, same thing. Dragging you out. Every time you hear about the emails, your eyes glaze over so the public doesn't care about it anymore. I think effectively, but unfortunately, however, Trump's going to come out in a couple of days, as you're going to talk about later, and lay out some of the damning information that's in those emails that people speculate is in those emails.
Yeah, it's going to be unbelievable. That's what Donald's going to say. Unbelievable.
That I can tell you.
That I can tell you. It's going to be unbelievable. Email 75. 4 kids from MIT could go through those emails in between porn binges. I tested it. All right, emails. Be damned. On Thursday, President Obama went ahead and endorsed Hillary Clinton anyway.
I don't think there's ever been someone so qualified to hold this office.
That's amazing. I mean, he's just factored in every president since like the 1500s. Do you buy that? I mean, was that? Do you think he was kidding?
I'm going to do the best impression I can of someone utterly lying while looking into a camera on an internet video. And that is, I mean, there's nothing true. By the way, he loathes Hillary. We know the relationship between those families. There's no love lost there at all. It's a sham. An internet video is probably the least he could do, and he did it.
Yeah.
This is like she clinched a nomination already, right? Him, Biden, and Fakahontas Warren came out yesterday. They endorsed him after she clinches the nomination. This would be like me getting on the Golden State Warrior bandwagon last Tuesday. It's unbelievable, but it's typical. The same thing with gay marriage. I think Ellen and Elton John and everybody else was already gay married, and then they came out and said, "I'm in favor of gay marriage." So
that's exactly what I did. But I don't lie about it. I wait till everybody is for something, and then I go, "I'm for it." You know,
that's the way to do it.
It really is.
Did you bring up gay marriage because he's holding that little stuffed animal? Is that?
I don't even know where. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing in my hand, Sam. Nothing in my hand at all.
I'm tripped. The drugs are kicking in.
I figured they have. Thoughts on endorsements? Do you care about endorsements?
I mean, it was a sad image for me. I like Bernie, and to see him like kind of put his arm around Bernie. Yeah. It was kind of like he was like, "Look, it's not you, Bernie. It's the country. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm breaking up with you."
He broke up with Bernie.
Well, Bernie, I mean, I relate to him because I argue with my girlfriend the way Bernie debated Hillary. Mm-hmm. Like, I know I didn't have a shot deep down, but I just want to get my ideas out there.
Last word there.
The Bernie people, they really, the endorsement doesn't matter. They're still going to be pro Bernie. 100%. Bernie could literally die, and they'd be like, the system is rigged. He can still be president.
Yes. All right, before we go to break, it's time for this week's Moment of Puke. On Thursday, Joy Behar tweeted this. See, there's her and Bernie Sanders, and the caption reads, "I'm sexually attracted to Bernie, and even I want him to pull out."
Oh, God. They're groaning.
Joanne, this has been our moment of puke. Do you feel okay?
Yeah. I just want to say, in the prompter, it did say, "Let that wash over you for a second."
Yes.
No.
No.
I don't want that anywhere near me.
Yes, exactly.
She should have followed up, but then again, at my age, she doesn't have to.
He's not wrong. I mean, biology is fact. All right, coming up, your 200-day weather forecast. There's going to be some sun, then some rain, then some snow, then we're all going to be dead. But next, Clinton and Trump go round and round on Twitter. Who won the battle and who will win the war? My money's on Luxembourg. Not sure what that is. Grab a seat. These two tweet. An all-out knockdown, drag-out Twitter war erupted this week between the two presumptive nominees. Yes, actual adults who want to lead a country. Donald Trump fired first. Obama just endorsed crooked Hillary. He wants 4 more years of Obama, but nobody else does. Brilliant. Your move, Paula Pantsuit. Delete your account. Hilarious. That quickly became her most popular tweet ever. Quite an achievement for someone closing in on 70. Enter RNC Chairman Reince Priebus. Sounds like a medical disorder. It's not like he has something to do. He wrote, at Hillary Clinton, if anyone knows how to use a delete key, it's you.
Oh.
The only applause Reince Priebus will ever get. Saw that coming. And then, why the hell not? Journalist Will Ron jumped in and wrote, to be honest, we should all delete our accounts. And then, too late for some of us, tweeted Anthony Weiner. Probably with one hand.
Oh!
Because he was fruitlessly masturbating. Wanted to hammer that joke down so people understood what I meant, Sam. Okay, they're acting like kids at dueling slumber parties.
Yeah.
What's going on? Are they gonna light a bag of poop and leave it on somebody's porch?
I don't know what this is. By the way, all great tweets. I mean,
yes.
All across the board, killer. It's kind of sad that this is the only time we hear from Anthony Weiner now, though.
Yes.
He was once like a mayoral hopeful. Now it's like he peps up and reminisces about that time he couldn't keep his in his pants.
Hey.
I like this one better.
Yeah.
That tweet was amazing. That brought me more joy than I've experienced in a long time.
He's coming back.
I think that's a statement about you, Kat.
I think so too, but we're all doing our best.
Once a week, Elliot Spitzer and Anthony Weiner get together and talk about what could have been.
Yes, exactly. And then they go to one of those theaters in Times Square.
Oh.
Hey, did they do anything worse than what Bill Clinton did?
No.
Why are we so harsh on them? Take it easy. Let them tweet away and come back.
I have a theory that if they're on Twitter, they're not in your pocket. That's kind
Also,
of like
I think it's important that Hillary tweet, she did not come up with that.
Yeah.
She did not write that.
Exactly right.
One of her little interns was like, no, people do this delete your account thing. She's like, what's that mean? Okay, yeah, do it.
You know who I think actually came up with it?
What?
She's been hanging out with her buddy Elizabeth Warren. She is all about like ruining Trump on Twitter.
Yes.
And Hillary was like, hey, look at this. And Lizzie's like, hey, how about write and delete your account? But it's so true to a leftist to reply like that. There's speech you don't like. So you say, shut it down. I'm going to silence you. I'm going to respond to speech I don't like by ending it. I'm not going to respond with more speech, which is how it should be done.
But it's typically inauthentic, as Kat just pointed out. I mean, somebody's head's going to roll. I mean, to put the word delete in a tweet.
That's true.
I mean, the next one's going to be, what difference does it make? Is they going to put that out in a tweet? I mean, that was
yes.
unbelievably
Or
stupid.
Benghazi, done that.
Yeah, right.
That's not going to work for her.
Wait, is this a thing? Delete your account?
Yeah.
On Twitter?
Where have you been, Pete?
I didn't know about
Serving your country? Doing trivial things like protecting us from ISIS?
So delete your account's a thing,
Yeah.
and someone thought that was a good idea.
Yes.
For Hillary Clinton.
Try to be like young and cool and hip, which as we all know she is not, and it was not her idea.
Is there a moment when they said, not a good
No,
idea? Do you think
apparently
that
not.
they went with the irony here?
I don't think they knew.
You don't think they really didn't know? I mean,
They didn't know.
that shows you how out of the absolute loop they are.
It delivered a gift to her adversaries. I mean, when everybody saw that, I was just waiting. Trump should have been the first one to say, you know how to delete things, but
Right. Well, it happened instantaneously. Look, people are lamenting the fact that we have these two candidates running for president. I, for one, am saying this is fantastic. This is going to be entertaining. This portends good things.
Oh yeah.
This is Mike Tyson versus Tanya Harding, man. Come on, this is going to be great. I'm into this. Yes.
I would even go further. I would say that it's two different species. It's like a bear versus an alligator. They have different skill sets.
That's right.
It's like Hillary's going to be coached for her debates. How can you coach against Trump?
Yeah, exactly. How do you handicap a fight like that?
Yeah, exactly.
With totally different capabilities.
I would love to see those like rehearsals though.
Yeah.
People yelling obscenities.
Exactly.
How does she respond?
Yeah, it's like she goes, when I was Secretary of State, when you killed 4 people. She's got to be like, yes. We go, stop it. That's the only way you're gonna. Because Trump is gonna come at her a freight train orangutan.
It seems like.
I don't even know what that means.
It seems like there are things that hurt Hillary. It doesn't seem like anything really slows down Donald Trump.
Nothing.
Nothing. It's like he says a racist comment, and Paul Ryan's like, yeah, he shouldn't have done that, but we're still on Team Trump.
And then people are mad at Ryan for saying that.
He looks like an HR guy who's like, dude, come on, I just endorsed you. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, listen, Paul Ryan is we were talking about Bernie Sanders and the Soviets. That's an old phrase they had. He's a useful idiot for Hillary, is what he is. Paul Ryan, by coming out against, it's arguable
Bernie.
that he made a racist comment. He was talking about the judge being biased, not that Mexicans are inferior intellectually. They can't judge.
Bernie, our job isn't to explain Trump. Trump has to explain us.
I had to defend Trump. He said he made a racist comment. He did not make a racist comment.
Last word.
No, I think that's. Why are we playing by their standards? I mean, I like Paul Ryan, but it was totally unnecessary. For some reason, the left can talk about race all day long, and if the right ever does, now they're racist, and we give in to that double standard. Doesn't mean why are we making more of race everywhere we can, as opposed to moving past it?
Because it's
and I don't know
fun.
why we did that.
It's fun. Let's face it, it's fun. It's something to talk about and get really angry about. That's what's great about it.
I'm with Bernie on this.
All right.
All right.
All right, you guys. You're ganging up on poor Sam.
Well, how about I tell racist jokes? You ever tell someone a racist joke and then midway through you realize they are that race and you have to backtrack before it gets awkward? You're like, dude, what do you call a Mexican driving a Pontiac? A very successful man.
Very good. Coming up, we're all playing water polo in the neighbor's pool. It's okay, they're on vacation. But first, my choice for a third-party candidate. It will blow your mind all over your face. So I have a theory. We have two party candidates. They're awful. Why? Because they're human. I want a robot president. Here's why. 1, you don't have to feed a robot. You know, judges are 65% more likely to grant parole after having lunch. Food affects your work. It's like doing donkey squats at the gym. As you get tired and hungry, you end up dropping the barbell on your foot. You end up in the hospital, hooked on drugs. Then you end up in Amsterdam doing porn, and not the good kind. This won't happen with robots. They eat nothing. So there's no more mistakes based on low blood sugar. Who wants a president nuking Cuba because he nuked a bad burrito? Well, maybe I do. 2, robots are sexless. Bill Clinton pleasured an intern in the Oval Office. The odds of this happening are nil with a robot, unless it's this guy. He's in my car. All right. Even if our robot in chief finds a sexual partner, like, say, one of those large toasters, who's he actually hurting? Robots don't marry, so there's no infidelity. So plug away, little fella. 3, robots stick to a plan. Need proof? Here's one solving a Rubik's Cube. That's impressive. Now, the past mortgage crisis was caused by bankers handing out loans to anyone who showed up. The result, billions of dollars lost. An algorithm based on credit score, income, and debt would have stopped that. But people chose to ignore it. A robot, you'd have to pry the algorithm from its cold, dead claws. Do you think a robot would approve of a sanctuary city? Hell no. The fact is, every bad decision in life is based on somebody's feelings. Robots don't have them, which is why I nominate Watson, the supercomputer that trounced Jeopardy's best players 5 years ago. He has no lecherous husbands, email scandals, or university scams. He's got nothing but a switch. And if he doesn't work out, you can just shut him off and throw your dirty clothes all over him.
Period.
Sam, do you have any thoughts about a third party? Could it be a robot or a human being? Any thoughts?
Robots. My girlfriend has a part of a robot in her bedside nightstand.
Yes?
Yeah, she got a vibrator. And I got an Xbox. We're spending less time together. I'm playing NBA 2K. She's but, either way, we're both thinking about LeBron.
Cat!
Yeah.
You're Gary Johnson?
I love Gary Johnson. I'm feeling the Johnson for
Yes.
sure.
Hey.
Yeah, hashtag. Hey, look, I know you're all gonna yell at me, but I like him. He's great, and I think that he's gonna pull a lot from the left and not just the right.
I think you're right.
Because a lot of the Bernie supporters I could see going to him because he agrees with them on most things other than the economy and how numbers work.
Yes.
Which is very important to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that he can pull from both sides, and I just want to see him on stage at the debates. I want him to see him polling high enough to be on stage. Trump, Hillary, Gary. Awesome.
I think Trump will destroy Gary because Gary's too nice of a guy. Bernie, you hate this idea of.
I was like, is he gonna punch me?
Gary Johnson, he's a little off kilter. Is all. I don't know if you've seen him, but
I know him.
Yeah, I know him too.
The last time he smoked pot was 5 weeks ago.
Yes.
He's talking about on Fox News, as a matter of fact.
Exactly.
So yeah, he'll take.
What? He's also climbed Mount Everest.
That's
He was
great.
a very successful governor of a state.
But you're right.
But he smoked pot. Like, if you want to talk about actual policy issues, that's one thing. But I'm supposed to give he smoked pot.
Yeah, it is a policy issue.
I believe.
That's why he's going to take from Hillary. He's pro-legalization of pot. He's also against Bernie Sanders' foreign policy. He's going to take those voters. It's not going to go to Trump. It's going to go to him. And also, he called Trump a Nazi. So the Hillary voters will like that as well. And by the way, as far as having a robot, you want a president with some passion and some anger. Maybe it's to schmooze. Ronald Reagan schmoozed Gorbachev. We ended the Cold War. Bill Clinton felt our pain. And
other things.
Other things. Well, you're right about that.
Did I step on your joke?
No, go right ahead.
I felt like I just did. You were about to say something perverted.
Look, the liberal nerds who program these robots, like the way they program Google autocomplete, they can affect the outcome of what a robot says as well. So it's not flawless. You're a little.
We don't want a nerd president. Come on.
And I like your plan.
Thank you.
I really do. Who programs it and what we program it with? Can we just do like the Constitution, the Declaration, and the Amendments?
Exactly.
Rights right there.
Just a thing
input, output.
You put it in, and then all it says is no to everything that's happened since 1990. That's what would happen. If it's just fun, we'll just say, you just go, hey, we'd like to do this. No. And then you can just go leave. Joe.
No, I think you're right.
Greg, I'm actually really surprised that you want a robot president. You're a complete hypocrite considering what you said 2 weeks ago. Can we roll that?
Becoming a vegan because you know robots will destroy you is not a conspiracy. That is going to happen.
Greg, it's going to happen, and I've been living in fear for the past 2 weeks. So, no, but really, like you said, definitely, input-output would be the best idea if you were to have some sort of artificial intelligence leading this country. However, people don't want that. You see that with Siri on your phone. We love when she tells jokes or she answers you with a funny quip.
I hate her.
People like that. That's why we like our presidential candidates on Twitter joking around.
Joe, you're jumping into the next segment, which is about the very question you bring up. You're doing a...
Wait, what'd I say?
Well, I don't remember.
She's been smoking pot with Kat. That's the problem.
Yeah, you're
They didn't like your joke.
Can we make sure the robot looks like Ross Perot, though? Because it's going to do exactly what Ross Perot did.
That's the point. You want something that just says no, like Ross Perot.
Well, he also gives us Bill Clinton twice.
Yeah,
that was kind of my point, actually.
All right, well,
Sorry.
that depressed me. All right, a story so hot, it's like a cross between me and my reflection. But first, has a little-known startup called Google figured out a way to stop artificial intelligence from destroying humanity? I hope so. I still haven't finished season 2 of Will and Grace. A button that's red could prevent all our dead. I speak of the leading Google-owned artificial intelligence company who wants to build a big red button that could one day save the world from artificial intelligence once it becomes smarter than humans. This is true and crazy. In the near future, machines will far surpass human intelligence, becoming what's called super intelligent, rendering humans, by comparison, to nothing but driveling farm animals like this goat.
¿Qué es lo que pasa con los alcaldes? ¿Qué es lo que sí, ¿qué está pasando con los alcaldes? ¿Qué está pasando con el ¿Qué pasa con el presidente del gobierno?
Laugh, but that'll be us. Researchers agree that once AI, like Siri on your phone, Joe, becomes self-aware, they'll be impossible to shut off when they decide to take over. When that happens, according to scientists, it may be necessary for a human operator to press the big red button to prevent the agent from continuing a harmful sequence of actions, harmful either for the agent or for the environment, and lead the agent into a safer situation. Translation, the only thing stopping us from the Terminator is a button, a red button. Here's a picture of red buttons. Sorry, I couldn't resist. He's my favorite character from the Poseidon Adventure. Speaking of Poseidon Adventure, disaster. We're talking about mitigating a disaster. Pete, do you buy my theory? This is crazy.
I'm into your theory.
Yes.
Because it's a theory. Red buttons, is there one on every single, is there a giant red button that controls all of them?
Yes, it's one button.
Or is it like in the action movies where there's like a vulnerability on every robot and it's the button or the vulnerable spot?
But at some point
hit it.
A robot's going to say, hey, come over here, press my button. Press my button. So what you have to do is you have to have the artificial intelligence contained and the button separate and far away. But sooner or later, here's my problem.
Who controls the button?
Well, this is interesting. The AI will trick you into thinking they're stupid, and they control it. Joe, isn't the big red button no different than Trump's giant wall?
Yeah, have Mexico pay for the button.
Yes. Yes.
Done. Solves all the problems. No, it's funny. That's why people hear the idea of a red button, and I think you're right. There needs to be like a circuit breaker, like turn it off.
Yes.
And it sounds so simple, like a wall. But sometimes you don't need all of that technology in order to protect us from disaster.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is just a simple idea, and kind of breaking away from that sort of growth in thought and technology can be a good thing.
To think simple. You know what, Bernie, you gave me an idea. So you only have one chance to stop superintelligence, because once the race starts, they win. So you have to pull a Tanya Harding on artificial intelligence. You got to go to Nancy Kerrigan with the tire iron, and that's artificial intelligence is Nancy Kerrigan, and you got to whack it before it can outrun you.
This is very cerebral talk here. Look, I'm up for all the intelligence we can get. There's a lot of stupidity and ignorance out there. I'm pro-intelligence, artificial or otherwise, and I don't even know what it is.
That's why we're doomed. We're doomed, cats.
What do you think of these things?
What do you mean? I read.
Like, you're sitting around freaking out about these things. Is it like when you're eating lunch? Is you can't fall asleep at night? What happens to you in your life that you're sitting around worrying about robots killing you?
No, it's artificial intelligence, and it's about them.
And I don't know the difference because I have normal things to worry about.
All right. Think about this. Think about the fact that humans were made by genes, right? The genes create humans. We are basically genes creating artificial intelligence.
You
it is
guys
the next
think
step.
about this stuff?
No, it's in literature. This is what Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Nick Bostrom.
That's right. You're just like Bill Gates.
I saw Ex Machina, and
great movie.
Great movie. I get it. Although I picture it like that Simpsons episode of Itchy and Scratchy Land. You know, you just get a flash camera and you kill him. I think that's how you do it.
It's not going to I'm telling you, you laugh at me now. And this is why I voted for, I want a robot as a third-party president. I'm kissing their ass now. Because when it happens, they're going to remember me, and they're going to remember all of you laughing at me, and I'm going to be the Benedict Arnold, and I'm going to be the hero.
You're like a modern-day Noah's Ark.
I am. I'm Noah and the Ark.
Yes, you are.
Combined.
I don't want on this show.
So they'll kill all of us, and you'll be their sex slave.
I don't mind. I don't mind.
Like that.
Look.
That's what he wants. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm working for, Sam. No, it's true. I will be alive laughing. I'll be on like a chariot. They'll be carrying me through the city. You guys will be crying in your own filth.
He's supporting Gary Johnson, folks. Just keep that in mind.
All right. No, I'm not. I'm not really. I don't know what I'm supporting anymore. I'm supporting a break. Coming up, the geopolitical ramifications if Great Britain exits the European Union. Just kidding. What do I look like, Brit Hume? Up next, Joanne and Kat hit the streets. Not literally. They would break their pretty little hands if they did that. Are you a jerk if you nod off at work? This week, Virgin founder and my ice dancing partner, Richard Branson, caught one of his employees sleeping on the job at an Australian airport. They have them there. Wrote Branson, "Wow, did he get a shock when I woke up?" He then peed in his ear. This is terrible, Richard. You're a billionaire. Anyway, according to career experts, whoever they are, skimping on sleep is one of the biggest mistakes millennials make upon joining the workforce. Clearly, this was a topic that needed further exploration, so I sent our millennials, Joanne and Kat, to learn more. They came back with something like the opposite.
So you have millennial employees?
Yes, we do.
Ew.
Yeah.
Do you have personal experience with millennials?
I have an intern right now, and he's very lazy.
Really? Now, is it just that you're not giving him enough to do?
He's got plenty to do.
What was your first job ever?
I worked at Le Pan Quotidien in Belgium.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been to one like in Ohio. Yeah.
Okay, what was your first job?
My first job was actually kindergarten teacher in New York City. Here.
Oh my gosh, that sounds awful.
Okay, so I was a traffic reporter and on the helicopter and I was giving the wrong directions and they fired me. Is that fair?
Problem is, if you're giving the wrong directions, it's not very helpful.
Details. Have you ever said anything bad about a coworker behind their back?
No, we had a really...
You're lying. That's a lie. Why would you lie to me?
I swear.
Oh. Again, okay.
How much wood do you think a woodchuck could chuck? if he hired 10 employees and paid them $15 an hour?
Okay, agree or disagree? It's okay to take a 2-hour lunch.
Negative. Disagree.
It's okay to have your intern paint your house.
Disagree.
What if it's like on the weekend though?
No.
Dress for the job you want, not the job you have.
Agree.
Agree, me too. That's why I'm dressed like a trophy wife. Wearing flip-flops in the office is okay if you have a pedicure.
Agree.
Can we cut the camera? Okay, so your boss is actually in a truck right out there. Heard your last answer to the flip-flop question, and you're fired.
Oh my goodness. It's okay to have interns peel your banana.
Disagree.
It's not a euphemism, just like peeling your breakfast banana.
Disagree.
Wow.
It's acceptable to use emoji when emailing your boss.
Agree.
Okay. Microwaving fish in the office kitchen is unacceptable.
Definitely agree.
Thank you. Me too. Stop. Greg Jarrett.
Lou Dobbs is hotter than Ryan Gosling.
Depends.
On?
Are they wearing shirts or not?
No.
Then yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lou Dobbs is hotter than Ryan Gosling.
I don't know who Lou Dobbs is, but Ryan Gosling's a stud.
I'm out. I'm done. How do you not know who Lou Dobbs is?
Terrible. What, Bernie, anything upset you at the workplace?
Yes, I once caught someone stealing my milk from the company refrigerator, and I assaulted that person, but but that's not why I got fired. It's because I actually broke one of her crutches. And, you know, it was
you know what? Sometimes it's a crutch, and if you can get people off crutches. Damn.
I made it tougher.
I work from home, so I'm my own boss, but I'm a very laid-back employer.
Yeah.
You're not going to work for a lot of people that are like, forget the deadline, go ahead and
I don't even know what that means. What about you?
Millennials, they don't work hard.
We got to stop. What's wrong with millennials?
No, there was a survey that came out. There was a survey that came out a while ago that said they really want to defeat ISIS.
Yeah.
They just want someone else to do it. So we can wish away that problem. Our great colleague here at Fox, Tucker Carlson, once fell asleep on the air.
That's right.
And he's still here doing great.
That is true.
So,
that is true.
You can fall asleep on live television and Fox is cool with it.
Yeah, that's true. They just think you're thinking really hard.
That's right. Yeah.
Just keep doing that.
Which he always is, by the way.
Yeah, he is. No, he flies by the seat of his pants, that Tucker.
Unreal.
People have to stop bringing reading material into the bathroom. Because it's just, when somebody walks in with reading material, I find that very strange. And it's on my floor.
That doesn't happen in the ladies' room.
It's on my floor. Only men do this.
They're going in to read.
Yeah, it's just like, it's a strange thing.
Appointment.
That's not a place. Okay, I understand home, but this is a work bathroom. Yeah. You're not supposed to spend time. Like, this is not supposed to be leisure. You go in there and you see people you know. You hope you don't hear anything.
Well, they're still working on some
In and out.
business.
Yes.
Now they're going in with iPads, and God knows what the hell they're pulling up.
No, and then you can hear behind a stall when their phone rings and they answer it and they're talking to somebody while they're on the toilet.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, exactly.
What's that echo?
All you got to do to piss them off is just flush a toilet, just to remind them. This is not the place.
Joe Mackey called me on the toilet and I flushed it and I said, "That's your act."
No wonder he's terrified. All right. Final thoughts up next. Keep it pithy. Where have I heard that before?
If you'll be in the New York area and would like to be part of our studio audience, email Greg Tix at foxnews.com.
We're almost out of time, so...
What you've wanted to say all show, but haven't had the chance to say, so here's your chance to say it. Right now.
All right, Pete.
I've got a new book out called In the Arena that I should have had you blurb.
But sorry.
You didn't.
That's okay.
Tanya Harding did, though.
Oh, man.
I wanted to get a third reference of Tanya Harding in the show tonight.
Well
no,
done.
she did not, but it's a book about citizenship called In the Arena.
Excellent.
Came out about a month ago. Folks might like it.
Excellent. Buy that book. Joe.
In our package, the girl who said that you can send emojis to your boss, her name's Olivia, and her mother is a huge fan of you and the show. So hi, Olivia's mom.
Hi,
and I hope
Olivia.
your daughter gets employed soon.
Excellent. Bernie.
I miss in the morning, 6 to 10 in the mornings nationwide. Bernie and Sid, 77 WABC from 10 to 12 in New York City, in the tri-state, baby. Check it out.
Sam.
I have an album on iTunes called Class Act. I'll be in Bloomington, Indiana, at the Comedy Attic July 14th through 16th, and the D.C. Draft House in Washington, D.C., July 22nd and 23rd.
Excellent. Kat?
All right. Well, I was actually thinking that, like, emotions are never helpful.
Right.
Because the bad ones are painful, and then the good ones, they make you stupid, and then they only serve to hurt you more whenever you were happy about eventually turns out to be a disappointment.
That's true.
You're tormented by memories of former happiness.
Wow.
So that's what I was thinking.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah, that was a good way to end it.
I'll also be in Vermont.
Sam will also be in Vermont if you haven't thought about slitting your wrists. Thank you, Kat. Always bringing up the show at the end. All right, thanks to Pete Hegseth, Bernie McGuirk, Sam Morrel, Joanne and Katherine, and of course, our lovely studio audience. I'm Greg Gutfeld. I love you, America.
Lou Dobbs is hotter than Ryan Gosling.
Agree.
Oh my gosh. Do you want a job?
Lou Dobbs is hotter than Ryan Gosling.
Yes, 100%.
Wow, yeah, that's correct.
Lou Dobbs is way hotter than Ryan Gosling.
I've got to disagree.
Okay, but let me show you this photo of Lou Dobbs. Do you agree now?
No. Okay, Lou Dobbs is hotter than Ryan Gosling.
Who's Lou Dobbs?
This is over.